Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Talk Podcast. Today, I am coming up with a question. Isn't a DNA test the option? Isn't it the option? Isn't it the best option to avoid all kind of drama that comes with not knowing who the child's father is? Wouldn't you think that taking a DNA test, if you should find yourself in a difficult situation of not agreeing on how the relationship is going to go, or just not even wanting to be together anymore, whatever the case may be, would you think that a DNA test would solve the issue for both sides, right? So I'm going to show you guys a clip and then I'm going to come back to it. Have fun.
Finna give birth to his child, and he over here questioning me, talking about, is this really his baby? Like, what are you talking about? Do you really think I'm sitting here happy up here at the hospital and everything with me just for nothing? Are you serious right now? What kind of baby dad does that right when we finna have this baby? Like, are you serious? You really gonna sit here and question baby talking about, oh, can you get DNA test? No, you're not getting no DNA test after this. I'm not doing that. This is your child. If you don't believe it's your child, then you could go ahead and go. I don't need you up here. Because all you're doing is stressing me out. Yeah, we are finna find out. And that's so weird for you to even be saying that, though. Why would you even say that? You don't never want to claim your kids. Why you never claiming your kids? Like, I don't be doing none of that cheating stuff or none of that. What are you doing? Bro, like, I'm sick of that. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing, bro. Because I'm not getting no DNA test. So if he don't think it's his child, he just won't have a child. We don't really need you over here. He in here stressing me out. Like, look at me. I look a mess right now. And you over here doing all this extra stuff, stressing me out right now. Talking about you want DNA test. Okay. You gonna get your DNA test. You can really go ahead and go.
So now, here we go. I am back and I will try to talk about this as best as I can. And this is not coming from a judgmental place per se on these people. This is coming from my general perspective on this topic, right? And I have quite a few things to say. And I would like to start not just with the big elephant in the room, but with tiny other things that I find quite disturbing nowadays. It's not new. She's not the only one who's doing it, but it's quite interesting. So this phenomenon of people finding themselves in harsh reality, like in whatever kind of difficult situation, or this need that they have to share the most intimate and vulnerable things of their private life. And not only that, but also drawing and dragging in people close to them is really wild. And I'm not talking about your cute little get ready with me, the ones that are, I don't know, whatever, let's skip that part. The ones that are just friendly, cute, get ready with me. Maybe there is a let me tell you about my day story, or what my plans for vacation are. I don't know, those entertaining kind of vlogs. No, instead we are taking our cameras, our phones, and we are literally putting ourselves out there for the world to judge us. And these are the same people going to say, not don't judge us, but literally that's going to happen. The other thing is you are putting yourself in a position where afterwards it's not going to be easy to take it away, right? You've said it, you've done it, you've shown it. What's next? Now you need to deal with not only facing your reality of whatever that difficult situation may be, but also the external influence that comes from strange people. So obviously I'm not just completely lost, and it's not like I'm not understanding what's going on, and I'm not saying that this is what everyone is doing. I think there's a large group of people, especially young girls, because young boys don't really tend to do stuff like that. You would see them recording themselves talking about some video games and stuff, but women, we love this entertaining with trauma kind of thing. And we would go so far with it that you not only see women crying on the phone, like in a set up situation, like obviously planned, like lighting set up, makeup set up, whatever. or telling stories that maybe you shouldn't be telling, sharing some very intimate physical relations that you had, or talking about someone that you claim to love. Like, it's really wild. And the reason the other group does it is really for attention. I think both do it for attention in some sense. We all do everything for attention. I do my stuff for attention, of course, to some sense, right? I want to get other people to come in and listen to it. Sure, that makes sense. But I don't know, I just think it has kind of turned crazy, right? That we would do all these things, put our mental health on a plate and just, give it out to the world just to hopefully get famous. And I'm sure you guys kind of catch the story about this lady. I'm sorry, I don't know her name, who was talking about some kind of relationship, some kind of marriage that she got in and jumped out of it, luckily, in some housing situation. I don't know. She had like an episode of stories, I guess 40 or more stories, something like that. And she literally got invited by news and media. So maybe that's what people are looking for. I do not know, but it is shockingly interesting. That's one thing. And I think people really need to be careful with what they share. Sometimes my commenting, I'm like, okay, yeah, listen to it again, reflect on it. But people literally destroy their lives or make the situation even worse by feeling the need to just overshare, right? We need to work on that as a community, as a people. I don't know. And I am not even feeling bad about drawing myself into that, right? Like, in some way, we can all work on that. So that was a bit long, but it is something that I think about a lot. And quite, like, it's interesting to me in a shocking way that I cannot really wrap my head around it. The other thing that I see is this baby daddy culture, baby mama culture. I don't know, I think for some people it's just trendy to use these words, it's just a thing, right? And especially where you come from, like in Europe, I guess people are catching up to it more and more, but I would say it's an American thing. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it's positive at all, because most of the time it doesn't stem from a positive situation, these baby daddy, baby mommy situations. The other thing that I was thinking of talking about is, we all know there are certain steps that we could have done or taken prior to hitting the road or actually finding ourselves in this position, right? I'm not going to pretend that I don't know. And I guess I've talked about some kind of, I've talked about this in some kind of way on my channel. There are things that both sides need to be aware of. There is consequence when you choose to be intimate with someone, even with protection and so on and so forth. There is the step of understanding if you guys really want to be together. There is the step of actually maybe getting married, all those things. And some people don't want to, but at the end of the day, there's so many steps that we could have taken before we ended up here. And I do understand, yes, there's always the exception to the rule. I get that, because people love to point that out. I get that. There's always an exception to the rule. But given, I don't know, just the character of the mannerism, I think that's the word, it doesn't sound to me like this is an exception. It sounds to me more like a reckless lifestyle. It sounds to me more like a reckless behavior, reckless choice. And it sounds to me like someone is either purposely ignoring and not, like, just skipping accountability, because why? Anyways, it's accepted, right? It's okay. I'm telling you, she's not the only one that you're gonna see on perhaps TikTok or Instagram, YouTube, whatever, that is showing you this kind of scene, that is, talking and behaving in this manner. And I do feel bad for her, because I'm sure this is already hard, but being pregnant, being close to giving birth, that's hard enough, right? And then plus this. I do feel bad, but no one put you in that position but yourself. And that's the reality. So let's start moving on towards the actual question.
He's finna give birth to his child. And he over here questioning me, talking about, is this really his baby? Like, what are you talking about? Do you really think I'm sitting here happy up here at the hospital and everything with me just for nothing? Are you serious right now? What kind of baby dad does that right when we finna have this baby? Like, are you serious? You really gonna sit here and question baby talking about, oh, can you get DNA test? No, you're not getting no.
So now, on both sides, quite immature behavior. On his side, this is maybe not the best timing to approach this, right? Maybe you could have also thought about approaching this earlier. It seems like there has been some kind of questions towards trust issues. Can also be that this young man is thinking, look, I've noticed what's been happening around society and I just want to be sure. Better be safe than sorry. It could really just be that, right? But the timing and the approach, I don't know, seems to be a bit off. Let's keep moving.
DNA test after this. I'm not doing that. This is your child. If you don't believe it's your child, then you could go ahead and go. I don't need you up here. Because all you're doing is stressing me out. Yeah, we are finna find out. And that's so weird for you to even be saying that, though. Why would you even say that? You don't never want to claim your kids. Why you never claiming your kids? Like, I don't be doing none of that cheating stuff or none of that. What are you doing? Bro, like, I'm sick of that. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing, bro, because I'm not getting no DNA test. So if he don't think it's his child, he just won't have a child. We don't really need you over here. He in here stressing me out.
So now on her side, obviously we can all think and understand and say, yeah, of course she's going to be unhappy about this approach and the question in general. And being in this situation, of course she's going to feel like you don't trust her, you're trying to point out something without saying it, right? All these things are valid. Of course, this is not nice to go through this. Someone you've been with asking you, I don't think this is my child per se. Like, I would like to get a DNA test. But there is something else about this, just the demeanor and just the answer towards the end. This kind of like, you know what, I'm not going to get it anyways. Now, the question is, you could also save yourself a lot of drama and you could actually put yourself in the position towards the end, if you do know that you're sure, you're certain about him being the father, you could just rub it in his face as hell and be like, I told you. Like, it's painful now, but at the end, if you know for a fact that he's the one, there's not too much to lose for you, and he's gonna have to take care of the child anyways, and those financial benefits that you're hoping for and that are actually for the child anyways, right? It is the right in that sense to the child to get the support. That wouldn't be an issue. So now the question that I brought up earlier, isn't the DNA test actually the best option? Isn't that the best idea, the best way, the best solution, just to get it over it and to figure it out? But it seems like someone has something to lose. Now, if they don't get it and it turns out to be that this guy is not the father, he's taking care and paying for a child and going through all the obstacles that comes with it while she's getting all the benefits, and it's painful. It's not only a financial thing, it's really heartbreaking. It's also not beneficial for the child in long term. But when it really comes out that this child is not his, then maybe the thing is gonna shift, because now she has a lot to lose. And maybe that is the overall problem why so many women are not just mad about it because it is offensive, right? Because it brings up this question about, are you cheating and all that stuff? No, I think there are, unfortunately, so much paternity fraud going on, especially in the US and in the UK. That's also a great example. I'm sure all over the world, let's be honest, it's a big thing, right? But it has been something that people are speaking out more and more. They're questioning. It's becoming more public, and I actually believe that I heard something about people, thinking if they could pass this as a law being mandatory. I'm not sure if I've talked about this already, but all these questions. And at the end of the day, for me, if you don't actually have anything to hide in that sense, because there are some things in life where you're like, I don't need to do this, even though I know I don't have anything to hide. But this one is it's quite a big thing. It's another life. It's a child, and it's not just, the child needs both parents, and if possible, best case, it's nice to have the biological father involved, but if you're trying to purposely push that chance for the child away, we need to start questioning your intentions as a person. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I don't know what you guys think. And obviously I haven't done a podcast in a while, so it might be a bit up and down, but we're going to get better the next time. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye.